All right, who wants to roll some 20s?
I didn't
Oh wait,
get
are we
it.
not doing that?
I didn't.
I was gonna
Great
say, if
fucking
you were
shit.
expecting dice, you already screwed everything up.
You were so real mad.
I have mine right here, shockingly.
I have one.
I'm
Do we
just used
need-
to saying that when we
I
start. I'm
need to roll my
sorry, guy.
20s?
This is my 20. I have the dice.
I mean, I
And,
got dice too, but
Yeah.
like,
we rolled as a group 9, whatever that gets us for how this is gonna work today.
I think I need to roll myself. I don't want your 9.
well, that's a group roll. We got to take it.
Can I do it with advantage?
No.
No.
Oh, well then
Come
it's
on, first
nine.
episode.
We give it about a 9 out of 20.
All right. So, welcome everybody to the crew cast, if you will. We're all here. I honestly didn't expect that, but that's awesome. So, this is going to be the first iteration of the Allbearcrew cast, and we're just gonna drop in and talk some D&D and like how our sessions are going, and maybe some random stories or stuff like that.
It's
How's everybody
mostly gonna
feeling
be
tonight?
Us complaining about our DM trying to kill us. I think. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure
There
it'll
is
come
that.
I think the viewers are going to be more interested in how come another person keeps coming into Eric's frame,
Oh, yeah.
which is still you.
I'm sorry.
A little bit of
Push me
behind
away
the scenes
earlier.
there, folks.
We'll do a face reveal. Oh no, it's the same person.
I'll just be like,
Well, there it is. That's
Face
already
reveal.
ruined. So how's everybody feeling today? How's everybody feeling after the last session and the giant split up of 3 people?
I feel
Terrified.
like it couldn't have went better, and there wasn't a problem. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody was confused or upset about it. Everything went well.
No, I agree. I don't think anybody was really upset about it. It was
Not at
just
all.
kind of like, oh wow, that's kind of funny. We just did that
Yeah, the DM
accidentally.
didn't struggle.
Oops.
He wasn't upset with us.
he wasn't like, I don't know if I need to say fuck this. Like they just fucked me.
Yeah, no. Truer words couldn't have been spoken, personally. Yeah. Full send all of that.
I mean, I will say there was a moment where I almost just called it a day. Uh
There was one moment where we could look into your eyes and see that the table was gonna get flipped, but you restrained yourself appropriately.
You did so good. So good.
Sure. That's not.
I mean,
I
I
was
think
not-
the table flip would have also been appropriate. Like, either way, I feel like was an appropriate reaction.
You were quiet a little bit too long. It was
What I want to know: were you mad or were you disappointed in us?
neither.
I don't want the answer to that.
Neither. I was just extremely confused.
No, but there was a moment I was in first grade again, and we as the class could not handle the fun assignment that she had given. So then we just had to sit there and be quiet, and we couldn't even handle that.
Like
Well, okay, maybe since this is like an actual recording, maybe give an overview of what happened first, from your perspective.
nothing. You guys just became these characters, and like I said, it's great because you guys are really embodying and becoming and role playing like these people, and it's so much fun to watch. But like while things like this are happening, and there's also like I told you at the end of the session, is like the Boar King has literally been hunted the entire game. Since the beginning of you finding out about hunts, the Boar King's been on it.
I have to
Yeah, but the way
explain
you
where
said
I
it-
came from. Okay, like
The way you
it's
said it last session
Aurelia.
was like,
John,
Yeah.
were you wanting context about what happened? Is that what you were asking for?
well, we should probably get a little context if like people are
But
interested.
But watching you guys just play this out and not screaming to you, like it's not that like not stepping in and watching it play out was rough, but it was also so much fun because you guys really were these people. And like how things laid out and how we got to where we did feels natural. And like you can't be mad at that. But at the same time, like I got all these things, like I said, I have been trying to find things that will test you guys as a group. So everything that's in my catalog as far as monsters and stuff is extremely deadly. And then you guys are split up and I have to figure out just different roles and I like my brain was just melting. Like I was like,
Should
oh
we take it like
God.
step by step for each
I was
split of the
gonna
party
say-
and like what was going through each of our minds? Like, because the first split off really was Bubo and Aurelia and how that came.
Yeah, like we can start about like how we got into the position we were in, and then go from there.
You guys can talk about however you want.
Essentially, the
that's a great
setup is
idea.
we as a group came into Fort Runoff. The four of you guys went to the tavern, and I went straight to the Fisher shop, thinking we were all sort of going to bed for the night.
The start of the
then-
split.
That actually is the start.
That is
Okay, but I didn't split. The difference is you guys split the party. I went to sleep somewhere for the night.
You
I was
split
thinking
from
we
us.
were all coming
for
to
the
sleep
night.
for the night, and then we were meeting somewhere. I stayed in town. I did not leave town.
You
Yeah,
also
very
never
normal
checked
thought.
on us.
However,
You
didn't
went
happen.
straight for Bigums and straight for the lake. You didn't even go like, oh, I wonder if my friends were alive from over the night. Like
I said, I think the confusion was very clear that I did not realize I was searching for that long. And my plan literally in my head was like, oh, I'll just go look around for a little bit because I think we're going to leave early. And then, you know, I want to be back by like lunch to check on everybody and make sure we're all good to go, if not sooner. And then I got a little.
Well, see, and like I robbed you of a day, but also like that's where we have to be more technical with the words that we're using because I never heard anything about lunch. Like that would have
Didn't say
helped.
that right.
Like but like yeah, my brain at that point was already gone and you're like, I'm looking. Okay, look. I don't
yeah, that's the
I don't
thing.
know.
We were all already swirling in what was happening. I don't think we were all thinking about being so technical. We were all just like, holy shit, this is happening and it's scary. And all of us were like, shit.
Right. How, but like in a game of communication, and I also
Yeah.
like that's where my biggest struggles in real life. Like I need to be better at being more direct with stuff like that. It's like how long and like so like it's a big error on my part. But like I said, I was drowning. I didn't know what to do with anybody. You guys were all over the map, all in different locations because you two left in the middle of the night, you two left in the morning, and you woke up and were like, hey, things are normal.
yeah, but she
And
thinks so.
I feel like, you know, with us leaving in the middle of the night, that was kind of like based off of Charlie. I kind of blame Charlie on that one because we got into the tavern and then he was like, you know, it was busy and then he started ordering, you know, me around and okay, you know, he started to burn this sense of urgency inside Bubo and it's like, oh my God, like we have to do all of this stuff because apparently Bubo works there. So that's where it started with Bubo. And then Aurelia comes to her and is like, oh my God, somebody's hunting the Boar King. And it's like, oh my God, we have to go save him right now. This is serious. Like,
And
And
hunting, it was
Bubo had
closing
been,
in
like-
on the Boar King. It wasn't
Yes.
even just that they were hunting, they were closing in on the Boar King, is what she heard. So, and the
Yes.
fact that you're already that stressed,
From a drunk Lothian.
yes, so that's where I come
very
from.
drunk Lafayette.
It's because I take Lothian so seriously and I hear the Borking's being closed in on. And Bubo's already been harping on me about the fact that we should get to BK. We should get to BK because we don't know what's happening and what he needs. You're like, hurry, hurry. That's why we went through Peace Pass. So Aurelia's like, oh no, maybe we did take too long. Maybe Bubo was right. I gotta tell Bubo. And then Bubo
That's how I'd
fucking
interpret it.
panics.
So first off, that wasn't Charlie's fault. Just because like Bubo got a job like from a nice person and was able to earn
Uh.
doesn't I didn't walk in the room and say BK was gonna die and he's getting closed in on.
We don't even know about BK. I even
We don't
said
have no shit.
I even said that silly Borking rumor.
So take some responsibility.
Yeah.
Into
So
you.
once again, the girls got us in this travesty
Be
where we're fighting
responsible
for
for
our
this
lives.
split in our own ways. All
I
of
mean,
us are
we
somehow
all,
responsible for how it ended up. Yeah.
But
we
we can
all
all
absolutely. That's
agree
what I was saying. Is
it
all of us
started with
absolutely.
Lauren.
Stop, you're pushing the wrong way.
Okay, I
All
didn't
of
have
us
a room like you guys.
absolutely.
That was my only place to sleep. And if you
We
remember,
were.
we got in there like the middle of the night.
First off, you didn't do very much sleeping over there, so
Yeah, you're too
I
busy.
did afterwards. Thank you very much.
You
And that's
were
why I had
so worried
to
about
sleep in
your
that morning.
She
romance.
slept in too, so
You said fuck
That's
my
It
true.
was a
friends.
long night before the sleep began, okay?
Ooh woo.
So then we have
Oh,
Actually, I
Lothian
just want to
and
make it
Charlie's
clear.
story.
So I didn't do shit in that either. I was just doing my own thing, and I was told we gotta go. Like, there's a note. I didn't find
Lothian
the note.
panicked.
Yeah, because I'm
it
like, I
just
gotta
said
get the
we. Of course you
princess.
assumed.
I think I'm most innocent out of this whole thing.
Oh
You
yeah.
really are, actually.
I would agree with that, actually, yeah.
I think we have a
Bubo, you put
disagreement.
that stress on yourself.
I mean,
Charlie was just doing
Merlin
work.
really did, or Meirdrin. Sorry, Meirdrin really did.
But yes, your previous trauma aside, you put that stress on yourself.
Yeah, I am the engineering of my own demise.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, we all totally messed up, but well, with the note,
Well,
like
not
Bubo
messed
wasn't even
up.
prepared to
It
write a note.
wasn't like that. Like
Like you said at the start, we all really were our characters in that moment, playing them as they would react in those situations and scenarios. And I think that's what's just so cool about it. Like that's as much as it's like kind of shitty in some ways, that's how it should have went down.
It was
100%.
yeah,
Aggie's curiosity. It was Bubo's panic response to Aurelia yelling at her while she's trying to work. And then I was drunk and whatever, passing out. Irresponsible. And Charlie was working. So there was.
Worked all night.
yeah, like I
The word curiosity got me.
like I don't know. I just don't want anyone to be like, oh, we messed up or whatever, because like you guys just did what you felt was needing doing, and like it was beautiful. It just created a
agree.
panic in me because like I didn't know what
I
to
would have
do.
panicked too. I probably would have panicked.
I'm going to say you stuck the landing because you couldn't have made a more fair and potentially deadly encounter because we were very close the entire time. Like the entire
Well, yeah. The only other person who would have had been able to live through that would be Aggie.
Yeah.
Because she can half
yeah,
the
me and
damage
Fubo
and
would
deal
have
out a
been done.
bunch.
We would have, if we could have ran.
Unless
Yeah.
Bubo
You probably could
utilized
have
her
outran them if
wild
Aggie
shape.
was there.
Yeah. But
Plus,
even like
I think
And
this
we
was the
wouldn't be able
first
to get snuck
encounter.
up on.
I think this was the first encounter I used everything I had, like ever, in any of the
Both of you.
campaigns.
Yeah. I'm dry. Like it's.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
that's the
I
way
mean,
we should be kind of playing, is just like doing whatever needs to be done and just having fun. Like I really liked that happened, because I don't think any of us have really been in the situation like that before. It's always like, well, we don't know what we're gonna go up to. It's like, no, that really felt like one of the first, like, they are fighting for their lives right now kind of battle. Like it was super fun to watch.
They stayed like what, an extra 30, 40 minutes or something just to
Yes.
finish the battle.
Just
Yeah.
to see if they would live.
Had to know.
That's the first time I said that I felt like if we would have ended, I would have felt like it was like a cliffhanger. That was
Yeah.
like, what's gonna happen next? Like, I need to know. And even the way it did kind of end, I do feel that way because of what are we all gonna do next? What do we do?
And
Yeah.
you even took away some of the ideas you had earlier, like me slashing multiple targets and stuff. Like I was raw, just
Oh, I
playing
forgot
raw
about that.
paladin.
That's all.
So
You should have just said I get to hit
No.
multiple
but
things.
no.
I'm like, oh yeah,
That way.
cool.
no,
Fucking have at it, buddy.
No. gonna do that.
I just forgot. I was just trying to.
That was fair and square. We did it. Barely, but we did it.
But yeah, no, you definitely get that feature. Like I ain't mad at that.
But like Michelle was saying, I absolutely agree. This is one of the first times where two characters just had to use everything. It's not, I'm going to save what I have for whatever I might need it for later. It's like, I don't have a choice. If I don't use it now, I'll just die instead.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're still in danger. They just collapsed in the middle of
Yeah.
the field because they have nothing left
Yeah.
with all these carcasses around them.
Aren't one of you still in some state of exhaustion too?
They're
Both.
both.
Yeah.
How about both
So,
of you?
I mean, that's pretty bad all around. Like, it's still
You
a
guys
cliffhanger.
are in the back of a cart with strangers with
Yes.
crocodiles on the hunt.
Yeah.
And somebody might not be coming to save us because they might be dead and Aggie is going to just be pissed or doesn't care or can't find us.
And I can't go out on my own. I mean,
Right.
they almost died collectively to these wolves. Even if I wanted to follow or like thought that I was supposed to follow, I would for sure die on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we only got the three-way party split because of a bad roll. Which we rarely ever have a
Yeah.
roll that goes that sideways.
Because I wasted
Oh
it
yeah,
on
because
that
I didn't hear him
instant
yelling, right?
You
Yes,
said you would
that's
have
what did
ignored
it.
them anyway, though.
Yeah, that's true. And I stand by that.
one.
So, like,
Oh shit!
Yeah, because
If I would
technically
have
it
thought
was...
if he's just calling out my name and I just think I'm walking around the lake like, oh, I'll get to Lafayette. Or he'll find me.
Where are you going?
But if you would have heard him, it might have made more of like a. Once you discovered that we're not there, it might not have felt more like abandonment as something would have happened. Because right now it feels like
Yes.
abandonment.
I've yelled back. I probably said I would have ignored him, but I meant I wouldn't have like went to find him. I still may have yelled something and then kept going.
You mean you wouldn't have ran to him?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been like, oh, clearly this is a danger thing and I need to go because my thought process is I wanted to say bye to Bigum before we left. So I was like, he's probably just telling me to hurry, so I gotta find him quick and then get back.
Right.
But I may have yelled back and that would have told them that they're here, that I'm there and heard me. But yeah, that roll.
Or at least, like he said, you would have heard that they were looking for you. So you would have been like, oh shit, are they in danger? Let me look for them.
But I would have thought me
Right,
and
that roll
Charlie
at the
could
very
have-
least, just my perception.
Mm-hmm.
And I still would have thought me and Charlie could go ahead a little bit because Aggie's fast. She'll catch up.
That
She'll catch up so
that
quick.
burnt you, Aggie. Because
And that's why they went ahead.
Yeah.
Because they were like, Aggie's so fast.
literally, we were all like, you're fast. We don't have to worry about it.
It was a lot of overconfidence, for sure.
We got real confident.
Yeah.
And just like on the last Stone DM one that me and you did, Roxy, we talked about how I was like, look, Aurelia isn't letting herself trust you guys yet. Like, she's friendly, like, she means that stuff to you, but deep down, she's not letting herself, like, fully accept that you guys aren't going to fuck her over.
Yeah, that's
so then
Aggie's
this
point of view.
happens. And, like,
Yeah.
again, saying that the whole time that she's not fully. I don't see another way to see it other than she's going to feel abandoned. Unless, again, maybe she had heard you yell.
So that
I
perception
mean, her
just
defenses
like...
are up, so it's, you know, anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. And I was telling Eddie, I'm really excited for when if you guys like all do 4 get together, the Where's Aggie moment. I can't wait to watch that personally.
Yes.
Yes. If we
What do
all
you mean
survive.
really
she's not
excited
with
for
you?
We kept saying it was like
Like the whole Home
Alone.
Alone energy.
Yes.
Absolutely. I was thinking that as it was happening, like, just, oh my God. Like, even the fact that, like, Bubo and Aurelia are, like, they had to leave immediately and then they go through all of this bullshit, you know? Oh my God. I'm like, oh, I feel like the mom from Home Alone right now.
Just like sleeping with some strangers on the second night because you're too exhausted. You can't keep going, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So now it's like, if we would have just switched this.
those people in the cart are playing polka music, for sure.
And then I, as a player, know, and I thought it was so funny when you listed why would the girls leave or whatever, like why did they go, and then you didn't mention Aggie because you, as a player, know that Aggie's not there, so you weren't thinking her.
No.
But the whole reasoning was, oh, she's with him.
It was just such a beautiful example of like misunderstandings and different realities.
And so realistic, and that's what's so fun. Of like this felt like organic, so
Totally.
chaotically, organically done.
Like you can't write this to happen and make it like as real as it was because we were all very panicked at the table. Like, oh shit, I can't believe this happened.
This is lined up perfectly. If anything had been a little different, if Lafayette hadn't been as drunk, if Charlie didn't have a restaurant that Bubo was a now employee of that she takes super seriously, if all that didn't happen, if a single thing didn't line up, if I didn't go over to Bigham's for the night, this wouldn't have happened.
Literally, there's so many things.
If we weren't the characters we were, it's possible we wouldn't have left each other. But like this is just it makes so much sense from every perspective. I love it.
So now I know that that's all recent memory and stuff, but this is technically our first, podcast. Do we want to talk a little bit more about the world or the preference of because this is going to be, our 34th, 35th session coming up of a homebrew world. Like, how are we feeling with homebrew compared to modules, like stuff like that?
This is our world that we're creating in real time. It's awesome.
Yeah, the land of Mirage.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's such a cool idea too. Just a
We've
homebrew like
named things in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Big Lake, and technically there is multiple generations of Bigums from
Oh,
this hunting area, so like that made complete sense already. Like,
that's so cool.
Interesting.
I love it. I love just watching things unfold, and it's like nobody knows what's gonna happen. Like Eddie doesn't even know what's gonna happen. We're just like letting it happen.
Yeah, that's what I like best is like Eddie doesn't have a book. Like there's no point where he's like this is exactly how it's gonna go down because
Mm-hmm.
there's no module. Like it just is what it is.
I don't know if a module would help with these characters right now.
The first time I feel like I don't know though, like the direction to head. Like personally or even like as a group, what's going to happen next to some degree, because like there's always some degree of you never would know, but we usually have like a mutual journey, destination, next thing we're headed towards. But now what, I have no idea what we're going to do or what we're going to do about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities too.
There's a ton of stuff. You guys just got to get there so I can tell you about it.
We're trying now.
Yeah. Well, there's just so many.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
not
it's a
just,
little
not just him, but other places. Like,
they're
I
going
mean,
to get there a little
imagine
slower.
imagine had you guys turned right instead of left when you came out of the past. Like, I'd be in some real trouble then.
My question about Peace Pass, you know how each of those times we had two separate ways to go? Was one of them genuinely supposed to be easier than the other, or did they each have their own, like, kind of equal level dangers to them?
They just had different stuff for different roles. Most of it was up to you guys. The Grix Eric had rolled the night before. The session before, so we
Nice
just
job,
didn't get to
Eric.
those yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm rolling for.
Yeah, I don't even know when we're rolling for that shit.
Yeah, I'm curious when that happens.
Yeah. That or when you're just throwing dice around and
Your
I'm.
daily rolls. That's where the encounters come from, is your daily
Oh.
rolls.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Interesting.
interesting.
And then I've
Yeah, there's
started
nothing
keeping
there's nothing scarier when you just look over and Eddie rolls something and then just looks at us like keep going.
Just.
It's it's exactly that, because if he makes a facial expression, good or bad, I feel safer than when there's nothing to read.
Oh, you should have seen it when in the first sessions when we're sitting there talking in the middle of the street about to get hit by a wagon and he's just throwing dice and we're like, He's throwing dice. We got to do something.
I mean, if our name was an Allbearcrew, it would definitely have something to do with standing in the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. That was the best place to talk about everything.
That sounds like an
It
indie
still
band name.
happens.
It happened to us in real life too, though. Like
Oh,
we
yeah?
did it at
Oh
the
my
Ren
god,
Fair.
that's the best part.
At the run fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
We were
standing
all
in the road.
just standing in the middle of the like walkway road, like discussing where to go next, like we were in D&D.
I'm pretty sure we had to take a
A
picture.
sense, because
there.
I would be the anxious person pointing to the side, being like, "Guys, we're in people's way."
No.
We're
Fuck
like,
that.
hold on, we're talking.
Okay, let me suggest something since we're talking about the Ren Fair. Eddie, what if we do the Ren Fair this year? Let's say we do like that challenge or whatever. Maybe it could be a live action session of our current characters. Like we have to do our characters in that world.
Oh my god. That's such a cool idea.
A tree.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
I would just have to pick a character from someone I had
Well,
used
you're Gwen,
before.
right?
But...
Yeah, be Gwen.
Oh,
You're So are we gonna get some Eddie flirting with Lafayette then? Some like
I will bring a GoPro.
you glaring from the. We can recreate that meme where it's like the guy and the
I'd have
girl
to-
looking behind, and
I'd have to find the right shade of purple, you know?
Oh my god. I love
You could be
everything
like
about that idea.
Harper,
Eddie, I'm a fan of deep purple.
I could be Carver.
or
Oh, Carver would be great. Yeah,
our
be Carver.
freaking teacher.
Just squirt oil all
He
over
is
the
bald
place.
with a beard, like
Oh, that's a perfect character.
he's
Because we
ripped though.
love
I gotta
Harper.
do some work.
He's just Willy. That's all he is.
He is inspired by all the old anime dudes who, when they rip their shirt off, they all
Yes.
just become jacked, and it's like, what the
Amazing.
fuck? Like Master Roshi mostly, but
that's
I totally
funny.
get that.
world's strongest, dude. I'll stand by that all day.
I think that's a
I
great
love that
idea.
shit.
I don't think I'll want to wear a blonde wig all day, but
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
Uh-oh. You cut out.
We've killed Lord.
It's
I mean,
okay.
yeah,
She'll come back.
if you guys want to dress up and do that stuff, I would do it. Like if you want to play your characters.
Oh yeah.
That's
I would at
fun.
I would
least do
totally
it
do that.
inspired by Aurelia.
Yeah, I definitely could put an outfit together today inspired by Bubo. Like I have some ears and
Aren't you
some
wearing
owl
it?
eyes.
I was gonna say, like, I feel
Maybe.
like your whole
If I can't find anything
inspired.
better.
I just need to lose clothes and I'll be good. Wear a cloak.
Oh yeah.
Just walk around naked.
I've got money to spend.
You gotta get a
Yeah,
tail.
how are you
Or
gonna
wait,
do Lothian?
Huh?
does he
Lothian?
have a tail?
Lothian? Oh, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie's got a tail.
No, I'm saying.
But some
how are you gonna
Dragonborn do, some
Lothian?
Dragonborn don't. Like,
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, he used to.
how do you
fight.
feel playing a Dragonborn, Mr. Charlie?
It's one of those
I've
things.
always wanted to play one.
Well, it's weird because since the tabletop, like sometimes I do entirely forget what my character looks like because I'm not actively saying it. But then it comes to like fights, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do have a tail and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, overall it's cool. I like having the breath weapon, which is cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting thing though. Like, you forget what you look like. What do you think? Like when you're playing, do you forget what they look like sometimes too?
So no, that's what's weird about it. Like I forget, like for me it's like it feels like it's me because it's just like, all right, I must be a human or something until I really like think about it. But no, everybody else, like I can see the characters because it's been described, like we're in situations and I'm like trying to picture that. But I like for me it's always like first person, so I'm not like looking at
Oh, that
myself
makes
like
sense.
from above kind of thing, like even like in a situation.
I
What
get
about
So
everyone
I guess
else?
I was gonna say that's a good question. Does everybody else like when you're like
Yeah.
playing the game, do you see the game in like first person or like third person?
Third person.
Well, that's a good question too.
First person.
Yeah.
first person.
Yeah, first person. I am Bubo,
Well,
and
the
I
only
am
one.
interacting with everybody.
Aurelia just wants to see herself, guys. It's fine.
Maybe that's it.
Okay, so
like,
no, that's super interesting. So like when you're seeing your character, you're like actually like above everybody, kind of just like watching it happen, like a map kind of thing.
Kind of,
I
I
think that's
guess,
a
because
DM
I
thing,
see
maybe.
Aurelia. I don't know if it's just because I can like avatar myself and just be like, oh, I see myself as Aurelia.
That does make sense because
Thinking of
when I did a couple sessions of DMing, I was kind of like I'm in third person watching it play out.
Yeah, DMing is so different. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely third person.
Maybe
when I
that's
think
why.
back about something we did later, I see it more so in third person. But when I'm in the moment playing, I see it in first person.
Yeah, like
No,
as a
I
DM, it's
totally
like a
see
real time
myself.
strategy game, like Command and Conquer style. Like I can see the map.
No, I
But as
do
far as
that even as a
characters go,
player.
like when you guys are like looking across the table, as far as like you guys see with the other people's characters, do you see them or do
Mm-hmm.
you see characters, or like how do you
Characters.
play
Oh,
that out in your
characters.
mind?
Yeah, I think I pretty much just see characters.
I see
Like,
people.
yeah,
Oh,
just
so you're the
really
odd
try
one out.
to immerse myself in the story, and I'm playing a character and we're doing this improv scene together. And yeah, I just, I'm talking to, Lafayette, I'm talking to Aurelia.
You're just
Mm.
an owl getting
Yeah,
your chat on.
exactly.
Like a little tiny ball of an owl. That's what I always
See, that's
I
the
envision.
know.
part
Me
that
Just a
I
too.
struggle
small,
with is
tiny.
like
Small.
how big is Bubo, you know? Because like I know you're small and like I try to play that, but like at the same time, you are humanoid and you do have,
Mm-hmm.
the stats of the small character. So like you're not technically like itty bitty, but at the same time, like you are itty bitty. Like if you look up even the owl that you are based on, like that is like the compact version of owl. Like
A
Pictured
Oh
like
yeah.
compact
three
owl.
feet is always about like 3.5 feet is how I picture Bubo.
Yeah, Bubo is about 2 feet.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Yeah,
think Bubo
just
gets to three,
Yeah, that's so
which is
small.
yeah, like that.
Oh,
yeah, it's like
Boobo, let
whoa.
me out.
Yeah, it's very mini me,
It's like we're
She's
running
So you
around
tiny.
make
with
it to me and Charlie's like knees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
just a little chicken.
But I'm still a spring one.
Mm-hmm.
I do forget how old all our characters are and how old they are, like if you put that in like a humanoid stand
Oh, yes.
too. Because like
That's
I know that
something
like
I
you
do
guys
forget.
as elves are obviously like a lot older, but in terms of like if we all had a comparative age in that sense, like how we compare that our life stages, I guess.
Yeah,
I
what is
think we're
Lafayette
all
like?
in the same life stage.
28
Yeah, young
in
adult.
human years?
I'm like probably 21 ish,
Yeah.
Yeah, Boo
but
is
I'm like
18,
114,
and
Yeah.
15.
Lapian's the old man of the group.
I think
I
I was like
think for the most
22.
part, Bubo kind of sees everybody as around her age,
Mm-hmm.
um, except for probably like Lafian and Aurelia. And it's kind of like, not that they're that much older, but it's like they're, a little bit more responsible. Like they're a little bit older. Like Aurelia almost kind of feels like an older sister that's just like telling her to lie and like, do bad stuff.
Oh my god, that is so accurate.
Bad influence.
Very
Yeah, I did
accurate.
like I kind of do more or less like 21, kind of like I'm like legally responsible to do everything, and now I'm trying to figure out what the hell I want to do.
I'm
So yeah,
like
Lafian's our
backpacking after
oldest.
college age. Like I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my life yet. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. This is all I got and I'm just going.
Yeah. Same. So we're all in the same age range, but like me and Lafian have actually been alive for like 100 plus years.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't feel like it.
And that's like the hard thing to kind of like play out. Like I
Mm-hmm.
see like sometimes you'll get like the memes or something of like, oh, you're a level 8 elf. Like you've been at this for how many years? Like
I know.
I'm a level 8 human and I'm like, 30.
But at least for, in their story, they're kind of like in a castle and sheltered, and they kind of don't really leave.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For these guys, it's easy for us to play that, like tell that and play
Mm-hmm.
that out. Like,
It'd be different though if they're
Oh,
like 150 and they've been adventuring for like decades. It's like, yeah, I'm a level
Yeah.
4.
How do elves like age in the sense like when they're 18 years old, do they still look like a kid or do they age like normally at first and then it like slows?
I think appearance wise, it's kind of like humans, and then it hits a point
Mm-hmm.
where it
It
takes a
like pauses.
long
Mm-hmm.
time. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think it said that in the
yeah.
manuals, but like this is homebrew, but I we can say that's true too.
Would be pretty funny if like they were toddlers for like, a decade.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah, I
kind of
think that like I
like
think either way would be great, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like either
Yeah.
however you wanted to play that, like I either way would be great.
because it's just
I
that like then the develops just goes more along with that then.
I mean, I
Yeah.
do
like
kind of like that
Yeah.
better. Like,
Well,
it
I
is
mean,
generally the a come of age like 18ish,
mm-hmm.
like but then live on forever. But like yeah, if you want to be a toddler for 10 years, or like the terrible twos are fucking awful.
Yeah,
It would be an
literally.
interesting thing to even add to like because I know you have all this backstory for elves and stuff to even kind of like plot out in that kind of
Yeah,
sense and figure out what the years are.
that's kind of
But
fun.
yeah, I mean they can come of age at like 40 instead of 18, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I just always love the idea that elves are so high and mighty and snooty. Like, of course, a 100-year-old elf, even though you've been around for 100 years, you're nothing. Stop it. Like, they're assholes. They're too good.
Is there like
I
a population crisis though if they live so long? Like, are they gonna like just take up a bunch of land and like waste all these resources? Like, it'd be really fucking tough if there's like a
well
billion elves.
Maybe we
that
shouldn't get you guys that tier. Maybe that's going to ruin the ecosystem.
that's why the whole reproduction for the long lives thing is difficult,
Hmm.
like because even dwarves, like they pop up a lot, but they have to put themselves in a lot of danger. They got the
Mm-hmm.
dangerous lifestyle, that way they don't overrun everything.
Well, that's the cool fix that we got going on is it's harder to even reproduce with elves because since the sun and moon aren't aligned anymore, they're not making much more.
Well, there is also the idea that the 400-year lifespan is a good cutoff. Hopefully we can rectify that and get some more elves going though. That could be fun.
I don't understand your
I like to imagine
implications.
we go into the future though, and it's like what John said, and like they just took over and they're running out of resources, and it's like apocalyptic because we let the elves start spawning more.
Oh,
Like
shush.
350-year-old elves, like a billion of them, just fucking
Well, I mean, you
That's
guys
wasting
got to
a
away.
leave Mirage.
that's a cool bad guy story. It's like a Morton Joe.
Yeah,
Trying to
that would be
keep the
cool.
population down.
Mm-hmm.
Some Thanos shit.
We have all
Yeah,
the
that could be
stuff.
But
interesting.
I mean, look, the people of Mirage do need a reason to eventually hit that seafaring life and travel the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the world and potentially find other things. So like a little bit of a overpopulation problem ain't too bad.
Yeah.
We can get some real hopefully not Christopher Columbus stuff going, but you know what I mean? Like some Magellan maybe. He didn't make it, but like his crew did.
That
That could
sounds
be a
good.
whole interesting campaign.
Well, yeah, I want to run a pirate campaign at one point. Well,
Oh,
maybe
yes.
you guys aren't pirates, but like water, you know what I mean? A
Yeah,
boat.
I'm interested in water and I'm interested in space too. It'd be cool to do like completely different environments like that.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
don't have
Spelljammer
space.
exists.
Or
You
even
can't
the
go there.
astral realm or like in, hell or something.
No
Like
Ken will eat you.
the campaign I was like looking at possibly running, I'm pretty sure took you to like the nine hells.
Are you talking about the Avernus stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
What is that?
cool.
Sounds
Tiamat
interesting.
I thought it was just like
Um,
something of Avernus. Mm.
Descent.
yeah, I
Yes.
can't remember what it's
Descent
called.
into
But
Avernus.
yeah, it's something of Avernus, I think.
I think, but isn't that is that the sequel? to the other one, or is that the first one?
I think it's the sequel.
Yeah, because there's two that are like in that
Yeah,
game.
one was from like the 70s or something. The first one, right?
Well, no, they have them for 5e, but
Oh, okay.
because that one is like level like 10 or something up, and the first one gets you like 10.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it was
that's what
like
it
that with
is.
Stormwreck.
Yeah, so like different kind of environments though. Like that all seems like very interesting to me.
As someone that has only ever really like done this one and been this much into a campaign, what is the difference between this to you guys and like one that's already planned out? Because I've never done one like a Curse of Strahd that's already like kind of mapped out.
It's a crazy question.
You'd be surprised how often you still want to be friends with all the NPCs and take them along with you.
So that doesn't change. Got it.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, the
Droop
I feel
first
like
fucking campaign we did, we took the first goblin we
Yeah, the
found,
first
and it was like, you're ours now. We didn't even know how to play the game.
yeah, it was like the first
Droop, man, he'll teach you how to kick.
How about those Texan accents for Yeg? That got everybody going.
Does anyone want to give me a taste of these accents?
No.
I'm a little
Yag.
curious, guys.
Like, it was
Yag was a real
natural.
son of a bitch. You don't
Yeah.
need to
It
know
just
him.
all happened.
We were like kind of just digging into these accents, and then like John's character, the Hank, just screamed "What in tarnation?" It was funny as shit. It was really funny.
We were listening to the accent and we all started picking it up a little bit, you know, when that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
When you
because
hear someone talk.
Oh, I'm really susceptible to that. I don't even notice I'm doing it.
yeah.
Eddie just had this particular accent for this goblin, and then as we were talking, like we were befriending him, so I was kind of switching along with it, and then Michelle just started going into it, and then Roxanne and then John, like it just we all fell. It was like John's expression I remember for it was so funny because as it
The
was happening,
distant cousin
he
of
just had this
Droop.
huge smile on his face, and he's looking around, and then he just started going. It was so good. It was so good.
And he
It was
wasn't
good.
supposed to be anything, but he was also collected.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he was now the competition of Droop.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I think the main difference from your question for me is that I don't know what the end game of this is or when it is or if there is one, and a module does stop. Like, you know, there's a start, middle, like rising action, end.
A
This is
goal.
just happening.
There's always a goal.
Yeah. Did you know the goals and stuff and like look into the story before going into the other ones as a player?
Mm-mm.
I
No,
never
right
did.
then.
No.
So you didn't know what the goal was. You just knew that there
No,
was a
hold
goal.
on. Strahd, you guys had a checklist.
Oh, see, yes. So
Oh,
we get told things ahead of time for
You guys made missions
some
out of
modules.
things that weren't missions. You guys had real mission. You guys had like a list of like 23, I think.
We
Yeah.
You're like,
had
we
so
have
many
all
things we
these
came
things to
across.
do.
We had a list that was like this long. It was a scroll of things to do. And then we did one thing wrong and it just erased. Like you failed all these missions. Like
There was
Very
that.
funny.
It
That
was
was so
crazy.
scary. They almost got eaten by a tree.
Yeah. So really,
Yeah,
I
so we
don't
like
think the
had a.
gameplay is different.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say is like, I imagine as a DM, you know, that's a very different experience where
Mm.
it's like, oh yeah, you know, there's lots of differences. But as a player, like it doesn't really feel any different to me. Because I'm still just sitting down and like improvising with everybody and just kind of following the story. And
Mm.
I think we're blessed with having like, you know, all of us talented people and some who choose to DM and they have the ability to create these stories, you know. And it makes it feel no different than something that's written in a book. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's a testament to you guys, too.
I think it goes to what Roxy was saying that like with modules, even as DM, you kind of have a sort of an ending, but even as a player, though,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of know, not even if like specifics, but you know there's like an ending, like in Strahd, like you know Strahd's gonna be the final boss in one way or
Right.
another. Or with Roxy's campaign, like there's the witches, like you know you got to take down the witches, and then I mean yeah, there's maybe some more after that, but you know that's kind of like your end game. But with like Eddie's, I don't, could go forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When are we gonna get to the apex of Bubo's story? When are we gonna start diving into whatever the hell Charlie was doing and what Aggie stuff all was? Because like realistically, like Roxy and me are pretty much, except for some loose ends, done.
Yeah, are we
Interesting.
gonna do other characters? Like, what's going on with the Death God? Like,
Right, you mean like we
crazy.
did your guys' arc of going back to
Mm-hmm.
Krusty and that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Um, well, I've said before that this has kind of become like Aurelia's story. Like it wasn't on purpose, but like with her being the princess and the things that have come up at at this point, like she has been like the main character, while you guys
The
are
leader.
all equally, you know, getting stories and having things happen, and you're not like just side dishes.
Mm-mm.
She is still like, so I mean, it could go on forever. Do you guys feel like you are getting the same thing from a module in this? Like,
I
because
feel
like
like I'm
John
getting
said, like,
more.
oh, you
Yeah.
got your end game kind of thing. Like, no, we don't have like the singular bad guy, but like, do you guys feel like there are still things to accomplish? And like,
I
I don't
think
know. I
there's
guess
definitely stuff to accomplish, but I don't know beyond that, like what there even could be. I mean, I don't know really where the story even has a natural end at this point. I mean, which is a good thing. Like, I'm not trying to finish it or anything, but yeah, I don't know like where we would even be like, all right, we're good for now. Like,
It kind of just feels like the
Yeah.
story of our lives right now and just
Yeah.
where whatever we're doing. And so the
Mm-hmm.
end of that is really just only death or we can't do it anymore.
Yeah, there always seems to be something that we need to be doing, and there's some sense of urgency to it. So I think we're all just like in a state of crisis where we haven't really stopped to think like what is the bigger agenda here. We're just like invested in being adventurers and doing the very next thing that's happening.
And the way that we
well, I feel
defeat.
like at least the Heartstones.
Oh yeah, that is a
Yeah,
thing.
the Hearthstones are really it, but even without the Hearthstones, we create so much agency amongst ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question I want to know is like, if this were a module, where do you feel like you would be in it?
Oh.
Like,
Like how far
do
along?
you think this should be coming to a close soon? And like,
no, not even
or like,
close.
yeah.
You don't
But
seem
I'm
well,
to
like,
like I said,
understand.
we can go on for a long time with these characters, but also like,
it's the
do you want
character
that like
stories.
ending or like,
Well, it's the character stories. It's the stuff that's happening up north. It's the land of the giants. It's going back and facing my demons. It's watching the princess become a queen like that. I want to see all of it. I don't know if I'm gonna get to, but I just want to see all of it. Like, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for everybody.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point,
so
like
we're still in the
everywhere
beginning.
we go, everywhere we go is going to be its own campaign because there's
Mm-hmm.
something to do everywhere. So we have like the big game world, and if when we go to the land of the giants, that's its own campaign. Like, it always feels like there's something next to be doing, but like those things that we're doing are pretty involved, and like it takes us time to get there. So it feels like already a bunch of mini campaigns put
Mm-hmm.
together.
We keep getting expansion packs to just continue
Yes,
on to
that's
what
what
we're
it feels
already
like.
enjoying as
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
And as a Sims player, I know about getting a lot of expansion packs.
Yes.
Yeah, like getting her license was like the beginning of the story. Then it was the Fort
That was a base
Runoff
game.
stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Fort Runoff stuff and going to Bubo's place and back and dealing with that. That was like chapter 2, you know? Like it feels like
Mm-hmm.
we just keep adding.
Absolutely.
And
I
I
kind
feel
of
like
Yeah,
like
we're
it
the
is
idea.
all
exciting.
I was gonna say I kind of feel like I like the idea of it not necessarily ending. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
getting to Caresti was like end of Act 1 if there is Act 1, but I'm not even saying like
Yes.
there's a 3 or a 5. It can go on forever, but that was definitely like a bookend to that
Yeah.
Well, I
first.
tried to write it in like acts, but like my act one ended when you guys left uh the training academy technically, but that
I joined
wasn't the
track too.
end. Well, but I think so kind of, but like even when I wanted act one, that wasn't the end of act one because when you guys got to Fort Runoff, it was just continuation of act one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like shit, this isn't act two yet. Like we
I
still
think that's
haven't
what
moved. Like my act two was moving on to Bubo and like getting down to the druid stuff. Like when we finally started going that direction is when act two started. So it's like right when Aggie joined was act two.
Mm.
that's
Mm.
also so fun is that it's so hard to pinpoint and to like decipher this is act 1, this is act 2 because it just feels so organic and like it's
Mm-hmm.
just a continuation. It feels, I think that that's why, at least for me, that I'm so ingrained in this character. Like I said, I
Yeah.
almost teared up when
We
he said Aggie had a home because I was like, oh my god, I have a home. I've never had one of those. I have.
I say we entered act three when we walked out of Caresti.
Yeah, I can see
Mm.
that.
Yeah. So you're
That,
screwed
that
for
that's
years, Eddie. Like I don't know what to tell you.
well no, that's fine. Like cuz like we like I said, we still do have the death town like that can't exist. That's got to be dealt with somehow.
Yeah,
And
that
then we
was
also, the Heartstones, and then we, like you said, with the Land of Giants, what's going to happen with that? Like, there's many things that are still building for you guys, and there's a lot of ideas I still have that you guys haven't even ran into. We can do many sessions. I'm just wondering if you guys like are looking for that close and like to switch and because I also have many ideas for other people too.
And that's the thing, like, even if we took a break and did, like, a side story, that would be fun. Like, if we, like, went in the future and we did different things in the world with different characters, or, like,
Well, I mean,
I'm just
that's what
having
we're
fun in
waiting
the
on,
world.
guys. Come on. Yeah.
What?
That's what we're waiting on. We got two other campaigns that are getting ready.
Oh, me.
yeah.
It's hard. It's
Why would I
difficult.
look at you?
I have my character ready for yours.
Mhm.
I know. I'm bad at stuff. And
No, you're
finishing things.
really not though.
Finishing things is a thing I'm bad at.
That Wild Beyond the Witchlight thing was great. I
Yeah, but that
loved
was
it.
written for me.
Oh,
Oh
so
yeah,
much fun.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're all excited to get you back behind the DM screen. Okay, that's
Yikes.
it.
Yeah, and like I'm excited to see John DM again because like
Mm-hmm.
after his campaign and just how he integrated just some just fun little quirks into it, like the whole Hulk Hogan thing and everything. Like that was
We've only gotten John
Barthen.
once.
You
We needed to
killed
get him.
Barthen,
Barthen.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking murdered that guy.
It was the most intense ending, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It's,
excited for both of
we
you.
wrote Baldur's Gate 3, man.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
Had to go
It,
kill that
Mm-hmm.
elder brain and shit. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
I didn't know a thing
Crazy.
about D&D, and like the whole time I'm writing a story that's being written at the same time.
Cloud
that was
of
crazy.
consciousness. Well,
Well,
I think we're what? How long
Well,
in?
You guys ready to wrap it up?
oh shit, I could talk like this forever.
Well, of course. But we got to save some for next time, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Always leave them wanting more.
But
I
that's
mean,
so
we can
much
keep
to
going if you guys
give.
want to. That Welt just sounded like you were ready.
Oh
I
well,
think
I
it's good.
thought
Yeah, you
If we're
started
doing,
it.
I was gonna say in this
an
format, it might
hour.
be
I
good
don't know.
to
I thought we were
have
doing an hour. I'll need my
stopping
laptop
points.
charger.
This feels like a natural stopping point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. So
I think that was really
We'll just
productive. I think it was a lot of fun.
we'll just film next week's right now too, so we can keep talking.
And if
Okay,
we get
perfect,
like
yeah.
any questions or anything too, like we can, answer that or whatever. Like
yeah.
we also didn't start with
Yes.
like who we might be.
I
Well, we can
You
mean,
do
know,
that
like
now
No
before we
context
who
stop.
about it.
who 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 plays who, like
Wait,
Right.
go ahead and start, Eddie.
Yeah, go
We'll
ahead.
do an
Yeah.
end outro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean we don't have to do that. I'm just saying like we
Nope,
didn't.
we're doing
Eddie,
it.
say
Go
what your
ahead.
role is.
Who are you?
roll the
Oh,
credit.
Go.
We got a
I'm
9 as a group.
I'm just the dictator. I'm the I'm the DM guy, I'm just here for the story.
Well, I'm Michelle, and I'm currently playing Bubo.
Look at the sun reflecting
You
in.
look
Right?
majestic
Yeah.
right now.
You got a nice light
You
going
look so magical. And I am
Golden.
Bubo.
Kind of effect.
with the hat and everything.
Yes.
I love it.
I am Eric, and I am the noble Lothian. Two schools of thought.
I am John, and I play Charlie. Always one
Never a
name,
last name.
never a last name, never.
Um, I'm Lauren, and I play Aggie.
I'm Roxy, and I play Princess Aurelia of Krusty.
I'm gonna throw you guys off. I'm gonna be one of the characters next week.
I think the last thing we have to do is we have to make it like a Brady Bunch intro. Like, can we just start looking around the cubes like here? Like, I gotta look up at Eric.
Oh,
It's on my screen.
oh, nobody to my. I don't know where everybody is.
Well, everybody's in different spots,
Yeah.
so this recording will just,
Just
look like we're
look.
staring at
It's
random
okay.
people.
Middle bottom to me.
6. Do 3
Definitely,
on each side.
Where are you in your screen? Because I'm in the middle bottom.
I'm in the bottom right.
I'm bottom left. Yeah. So I guess
Top
it's mostly the same.
Right.
I'm up top in the corner.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
well, then
the
it's
same.
all lined up. That's weird.
Do, 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 do.
That's what you
Mhm.
See, that's wrong.
All right.
Anyway, we're done. Bye.
See you guys.
Have a good one. Thanks, guys.